You're looking right now at live pictures from outside the Fulton County Jail. That's where Donald Trump and his co-defendants have to turn themselves in by next Friday. If the district attorney, Fani Willis, has her way, Donald Trump will be facing trial in Georgia the day before Super Tuesday. It's a big if, but Willis asked a judge for a March 4th start date for Trump and his 18 co-defendants who are accused of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election result in the state. That trial would be just one of several potential trials that would collide directly with the 2024 presidential campaign schedule. Willis's date, however, just a proposal. The judge gets a final say. And this just in, we're seeing the first polling since these indictments in Georgia. According to an ABC Ipsos poll, 47% say the charges are very serious and 16% say they're somewhat serious. Joining us now to talk about all of this, two witnesses who testified before the Fulton County Grand Jury on Monday, just hours before that indictment was returned. CNN political commentator and former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, and former Georgia State Senator Jen Jordan. Guys, I want to start with the reporting we had at the top of the show from Donnie O'Sullivan in terms of the jurors. You spoke to them. You both spoke to them. You both said they took their jobs very seriously. It was a very sober and heavy kind of moment. Their names were in, as they were supposed to be based on Georgia law, the indictment. They are now being doxxed. Their names are now floating around. There are threats being directed at them. You guys, I think, have faced similar types of threats over the course of the last couple of years. What's your response to what we're seeing right now? Yeah, I think that this is just kind of a prelude of what's to come. I wish that Georgia law didn't require that their names to be in there, but it does. But it is incredibly serious. The lieutenant governor and I both had significant threats against our lives and our families. And look, we played such a small role. But if you have Trump supporters who really look at these grand jurors as kind of the reason that this case is going forward, you know, and with Trump saying, you know, this isn't true, these are lies. I mean, these people's lives are in danger and their families are in danger. And it's very, very serious.
I keep thinking about whether that law needs to be amended in Georgia for such high-profile RICO, especially cases like this. The Trump one is one. It's terrible what's happening. I mean, their names are just like right there on page 9 in the indictment. But the other Young Thug case that's going on right now, and there's just a lot of high-profile cases that these jurors have no choice whether they're to participate, it's their constitutional duty, and whether their names are out there.
Yeah,
Should that law be amended?
I had no idea that that was the law. Certainly my first time going through this grand jury process as a witness. But yeah, I can't imagine there's any value to publishing those names and putting them out there. But I think this speaks to the culture that Donald Trump has built, right? This culture of anger, right? And he's just confused so many good-hearted Republicans and folks all across the country to think that conservatism means you got to be angry and loud and visceral. That has nothing to do with conservatism. And so to think anybody would take out the angst on these folks or us or anybody else that's been involved in this process, calling balls and strikes, is painful.
Well, I think the bigger issue really is, I mean, these are just the grand jurors. Can you imagine who is going to be sitting on the jury and what they're going to be subjected to?
And we already saw the threat to the judge in the federal case.
Absolutely.
This law would be the same, right? As I understand it, this is not just about grand juries. Would this also be about the jury in Georgia in the criminal trial?
You know, in Fulton County, there's going to be a camera, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these folks are going to be on screen every day. Everyone is going to know who they are. Their lives are going to be turned upside down. And so just to be able to sit a jury of people who would be even willing to put, you know, their lives on the line is going to be really, really difficult. So it's something that we all need to be thinking about. I know that the DA's office is, but it is, you know, it's serious.
Jeff, flipping to the political side of things, because you have been very clear for months now, including in the wake of this case, that this is the moment where Republicans need to pivot. After the first indictment, the second indictment, the third indictment, the fourth indictment. There's a big debate coming up. You look at the new polling we were just talking about. It's a snapshot. It doesn't tell the whole story, but I think we had 47% say the charges are very serious, 16% say somewhat serious. There's some other polling that showed 53% of Americans believe that he definitely did something illegal. Obviously, if you just take a Republican primary electorate, I think it's much smaller by a significant degree. In these first few days, do you see any of what you wanted to happen for the party, even on the periphery, starting to happen?
I do. There's certainly some motion starting to go in a different direction, right? We're just hearing conversations. There's a lot of inquiries around what is next, right? And I think we have to break this down as a business problem. Donald Trump went on a multi-year crime spree. And I think Americans, I think specifically Republicans, are starting to see that. Even if the 35% of Republicans that are in love with Donald Trump are starting to realize it's an impossible mathematical equation to win the election. And I think we have to break this down like a business problem, right? We've got to go attack. If 35% are diehard in love with Donald Trump, then we need to go figure out who those 65% are and message to them. And then we need to simplify it even more. Let's go figure out a way to short circuit the caucuses in Iowa and New Hampshire. Let's go take those big dollar donors that are out there that haven't jumped in yet and get them behind a full-scale effort to flip that 20% lead that Donald Trump's got in Iowa and then roll into New Hampshire. And now we can reset the stage. But there's never been a better time for GOP 2.0 to show up and to really lead with our policies, right? Instead of us talking about Donald Trump, what if we were talking about that only 36% of Americans think Joe Biden's responsible enough to handle the economy?
I feel like those calls have been happening.
It was a bad new poll for him.
Yeah,
it just came out this morning.
We should be talking about that
to
as
your point,
Republicans.
though, I feel like those calls have been happening behind the scenes between pretty significant donors, between Republican operatives for the last 8-10 months.
It's now or never. And I'm calling on candidates. I'm calling on, I don't want to see more press conferences like Tim Scott's yesterday or Ron DeSantis's or Nikki Haley's where they kind of tiptoe around the issue. You need to call Donald Trump out for being a liar and on his way to be a felon. And we need to move forward as a Republican.
They're going to get called out on the debate stage by people like Chris Christie for trying
and they
to toe
should.
that line.
But look, and Jeff, that's really commendable, but we've been at this point together, right? I thought January 6th was going to be that pivot point.
Yeah.
If that couldn't be the pivot point, why do we think this is? And while you've been calling it out, everybody else in Georgia in terms of Republicans have been tiptoeing.
Well, Brian Kemp this week.
Yeah, that was the exception I was going to make. I mean, I think the play to run is Brian Kemp's play, right? Go put conservatism on display, go win the right, go win the middle, and even get some folks on the left to beat a well-funded, name-ID'd opponent like Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, but, you know, the whole idea is that the governor was for Trump until he wasn't, right? And that's how it is. These folks who are looking at statewide runs in Georgia that are Republicans, they aren't going to call them out, and they aren't, and we know that. So while it's commendable, and I really appreciate you doing that, the idea that this is some kind of pivot point, I just don't think it is.
I would argue Brian Kemp was against Donald Trump during COVID when we had to push back on that. He was against him when he made his own Senate nominee instead of taking Donald Trump's handpick. Brian Kemp has been his own man for 4 years.
Right.
And by the way, he won by a significant margin in a state Trump and both Republican senators
Beat
lost.
David Perdue by 52 points.
That's a lot. That's in politics. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Guys, we enjoyed this. Come back together. Thank you very much. Former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, Jen Jordan, we appreciate it.